Round one, fight!
So we back like we never left. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm Jared. Welcome to the Fight Club. This is the place where we identify and initiate our fight, right? We're here to face ourselves, face our fears, and face God. And this is the only way we can fight for our lives and help others fight for theirs. And so this is officially round one of the Fight Club. And today, what I'm going to talk about a little bit is about understanding what the Fight Club is all about. This is officially the second season of Fight Club. The first season, I'm not gonna lie to you, when all the COVID thing started taking place, I started focusing more on current events and less on the mission, or it was still about the Fight Club, but it was about more about current events and how we can prepare ourselves. But since everything is kind of waned, not to say there's not more things to come, but my focus, like it was initially, was to focus on ways to overcome mental health challenges, overcome substance abuse, and overcome the challenges we have to face in the criminal justice system. A lot of times you see that pattern. You start having mental illnesses or mental health battles, just say it like that, mental battles. And then as a result, just like I did, ran straight into abusing drugs because I was trying to cope and numb from my pain. And a lot of times when we can't run away from the things that we are doing, we try to run inwardly and numb our pain, numb our hurt, numb our scars, whatever we can do to numb, to not feel. And so that's what I did. And then as a result, start making bad decisions, bad choices. And ultimately my choices led me to be incarcerated. And so that's why I'm dealing with these three things in particular, okay? Because I see it's a pattern. And then when I go get opportunity to go into mental health facilities or even into jails, what I see is I see that pattern. I see, hey, I was hurt. I ran to something to numb it. It caused me to have a cloudy understanding of the decisions that I was making and the gravity of the decisions I was making, and ultimately led us to a place of incarceration. And so today, this is round one of 12 rounds of this season of the Fight Club. So I'm excited. I did take a break, man, really just to see God, just get in God's presence, man. And I'm full and I'm excited, man. I believe I have a lot to offer. And as we close today, I'll be talking about some new opportunities that I'm getting the opportunity to walk in, and even the one-on-one counseling and coaching that I'll be offering at the end. And so understand this, that we are here to learn, and learning is equipping, okay? I'll be using a lot of boxing terminology because we're dealing with the Fight Club, right? And so every sport uses equipment. The equipment is used to first play the game and to help aid in the training process for the players to become better over time in whatever particular sport they're playing. So as a child, I was always intrigued by how things work, right? And it's no different now. I'm still curious about how things work and operate. And like I said, this is the Fight Club, so we'll be using a lot of boxing terminology. And I want to say this, a disclaimer, I am no expert at boxing, okay? But I have become familiar with some of the terminology. And so before you ever get into a boxing ring, or before you ever get into a fight, I believe you need to know a little something about fighting, or a little something about boxing, right? And so first point I want to make, if you don't have an understanding of something, there's no way that you can reap the benefits of having an understanding, okay? And so I've seen a lot of people get hurt in boxing and in fighting, not knowing what they're doing. And so we want to make sure we know what we're doing before we get in that arena to fight, okay? So there's this quote, it's coming out of the Bible, but it says, a people perish for a lack of knowledge. And so in this whole learning process, I believe learning is equipping, and as you become more knowledgeable, you become more equipped to face the challenges that you have to face, okay? And so when you're unfamiliar with something, like I said again, you are unable to understand the significance of it, neither will you be able to reap the benefits from it. And what you don't know can hurt you. So I preach this all the time, that you need to be well informed about the decisions that you're making. All right, y'all got that? Well informed. And so a lack of understanding causes someone to misunderstand the value, worth, and significance placed on something. Say that again. When you don't know something or you don't understand something, you will misunderstand the value, the worth, and the significance of it. All right. And so everything specifically has a purpose. And the more you understand its purpose, the more beneficial it becomes. And so what I figured out is that, and we'll talk about this in the next round a little bit, but when you learn a new language or you learn new equipment, it gives you a new language. Every time you learn something new, you begin to develop its language. And the language, you'll be able to communicate with other people that know its language, right? And help teach others who don't know the language yet. And so I just want to end with 4 points to ponder before we transition into our next round. 4 points to ponder. I think this is a good place to start. And then as we build up that momentum, we'll begin to run in stride. And so the first point to ponder is, what does it mean to face yourself? This necessarily doesn't have anything to do with what we talked about today, but because this whole platform is built on facing ourselves, facing our fears, and facing our God. What does it mean to face yourself? I want you to think about that, okay? What does it mean to face yourself? All right, number 2, point to ponder. These are things I just want you to think about. What does it mean to face your fears? Okay. And then point number 3, what does it mean to face God? Okay. So I'm gonna provide a little bit of feedback before we end. And the last point to ponder, what is the biggest fight in your present life right now? What is the biggest fight in your present life right now? This is what I want to help you with, okay? Being able to identify. Before you can initiate a fight, you got to identify the fight. You got to know who's for you, who's against you, what you're up against, what you're facing, right? And so number 1 on the points to ponder, what does it mean to face yourself? This just means to have an evaluation of where you are in life, right? There's great importance on self-awareness. Knowing where you are and being self-aware means knowing where you are, knowing what you're dealing with, knowing why you feel the way you feel, knowing what thoughts are going through your head. This is all important because once you begin to self-evaluate and become self-aware, then you can understand. Point number 2, to ponder. You can understand what it means to face your fears. And what this is the willingness to confront what's holding you back or what's standing in your way. All right. And so point number 1 is, how do you face yourself? And that's just taking evaluation, self-evaluation. Point number 2 is, how do you face your fears, or what does it mean to face your fears? And that means having a willingness to confront whatever's in your way, whatever's holding you back. All right. Point to ponder number 3. What does it mean to face God? And I believe that is becoming transparent and honest about your current condition and willing to turn away from whatever is separating you from God and whatever is separating you from your purpose. God created you for a purpose. And within this purpose, there's going to be things that's going to challenge you, that's going to stand in your way. And once you are willing to be transparent and say, this is what I'm dealing with, this is basically you coming as you are. This is who I am. This is what I'm dealing with. And I need help. All right. Being transparent. Then you can realize, and the point number 4 to ponder is what the biggest fight is in your present life. Hey, listen, I'm Jared, and this is the Fight Club, man. We got 12 more rounds to deal with. In every episode, I'll use these topics to identify a fight. Okay. Like I said, this is round 1 of 12. Everyone's fight will be different, and that's just the way life is set up. All right. And so we're going to identify a fight, understanding what we're fighting against. And we're going to realize, man, that we're going to overcome whatever obstacles are in our way to live out the purpose that God created us to purpose. There's just a few things to mention. Listen, man, this is the Fight Club. And I got a great opportunity to come up under the umbrella of Chaplain Dr. Frederick D. Woods and 3C Empowerment. And for more information and services we can provide, man, you can go to 3cempowerment.com and you can actually book your first 15-minute free evaluation if you're interested in having somebody contact you, right? Having a one-on-one, whether it be coaching, consulting, or counseling, all right? And so you can also purchase my book, Honestly, Keys to Building Lasting Relationships, and Dr. Wood's book, Theology versus Psychology. All right, these are some must reads. I'm not just saying it because I wrote it, but it's a way to be able to be honest and transparent about who you are and how to develop the skills that it's going to take in order to create those type of relationships that are going to last a lifetime. All right, and so until the next time, I want you to remember, we come to fight for our lives and help others fight for theirs. This is the Fight Club. I'm Jared, and until the next time, God bless.